So Lara would be missing this. So, last time we covered what exactly is the practice. What is practice? And we covered that practice is, here is Lara coming. I was waiting for Lara to listen to this. So I was waiting for Lara to listen. So 5 verses on what exactly is the practice. In the first sutra, Patanjali says there are 2 elements of a practice. I normally says it is abhyas vairagya bhyam tan nirodha. So what is that? Practice and wisdom or dispassion. In the second sutra, he says, practice means I am aware of the steadiness of the mind and that makes the practice successful. So normally we say close your eyes, focus on the breath, chant some mantra here and there, change the mantra every time because you don't like one mantra. No, that is not a practice. So it is inner. Mind is aware of the steadiness of the mind. Does that remind you there are 5 subjective states of the mind? If that reminds you, then you are with me. Then he explains, practice succeeds. It needs regularity, continuity, commitment, and intense aspiration. 4 elements. And then he explains what exactly is dispassion. So now I am giving a break to the sutra and moving to Gita. As we discussed that we have to use 3 texts in understanding it clearly and applying, so that how we can apply these principles in our daily life. Especially Gita, the 6th chapter. 6th chapter is devoted to meditation. But it is in a cryptic form, and that is why without learning from the teacher, we cannot understand. So let me take up the first verse today, and in the next session we will again take up the Gita. What are the characteristics, attitude and behavior of a meditator? What happens to a meditator? Not getting upset on a small thing, started, hurting people, including the teacher. That has nothing to do with the meditation. Anashritaha karma phalam karma karoti. So what the master is saying in Gita, that a meditator and a monk are essentially one. A meditator is a monk inside, and a monk is a meditator outside. Why I have taken up this issue? Because we have a very wrong perception about who is a monk and who is a meditator. So even the Gita, in the 6th chapter, Krishna starts that you have to understand it clearly, the monk and a meditator. Anashritaha, not depending on karma phalam, the fruits of an action, not bound by any karma. Who is that? He is a meditator and he is a monk. Sah sannyasi cha yogi. So for a meditator, Krishna uses the word yogi. Have you seen that we all teachers use yogi before? But here the master says monk and meditator are essentially one. Even Krishna started meditation. So if she settles in meditation, then she is a meditator. She is a monk and a meditator. So now we have to open up this verse to make us understand. Whoever does the work to be done free from the desire for the fruits of the work, he is a monk, he is a meditator. Normally what we say, now see how the meditation enters into the material world. What normally we believe? That a person is sitting with eyes closed is a meditator. One person told me that, you guys waste your time closing your eyes. Do some work for the society, for the world. I told them already 99% of the people are doing good work for the society. A monk is one who, we have a wrong notion, a monk is one who wears the orange colored cloth, gives sermon and asking money for charity. Krishna says that monk and meditator are essentially one. We have almost a popular notion about a monk who stands on one feet, who eats nothing, who lives on mere small, little clothes. No, it has nothing to do with being a monk. Who shows some magic. We have a total wrong notion about a monk. So wrong notion about the monk is practicing austerity, standing on one feet, living in the solitude in the Himalayas, eating unusual food or not to eat the food, demonstrate to the public. Some of the feats has nothing to do with being a monk. Monk is a meditator and meditator is a monk. The word monk comes from in Sanskrit it is known as Muni. M-U-N-I, Muni. And the word Muni means silence inside. When you wake up in the morning, ask your mind, are you silent? Or the mind enters with all the agenda, and before you express anxiety in the world, the mind is already full of anxiety. Mind is already playing with lot of duality, conflict, etc., etc. I have to do lot of things. Let me rush, let me running. That is not what the meditator is. That is not what the seeker of meditation is. The same thing with the monk and meditator. Understand that. I'm going slowly so that we can take up these different verses from the Gita to understand that what exactly, how to allow that meditation to enter into daily life. What happens? What is that attitude and behavior? My master used to say that how a meditator or a monk speaks and thinks about this world outside. We have discussed a lot that we have to transcend the world, but we are living into the same world. We have to understand. So, couple of the principles that I have taken up. The present body, the current body, and the mind is the result of the past karma. And because that past karma needs to be exhausted in this life, now we are entering into the law of karma. So there are two things. that you allow these past karma to be exhausted in this life. At the same time, when we are doing the meditation, we need the karma that will help us to succeed in awakening in meditation. Two things. Allow it to be exhausted. So the past karma we talk about, that we are inherited because of parents, we got this body, inherited tendencies, genes, DNA, RNA. But how can we justify one person, two people grows in the same family, one is very honest, integrity is there, and other does the crime? How about the DNA? So there the law of karma answers, it is because of the past karma. That is one argument that we can put. So going deeper, three things are there. Karma, action, the doer of that action, and the fruits of that action. Three things are there in our life. I am speaking, the speaker. And second part is the very action. And the third is the result of an action. Understand very clearly that the result of an action is always in future. It is never in present. Action is always in present. Are we clear about it? Action is always in present. The result of that action is always in future. What about the doer of an action? That very doer of an action must change. It should not take the burden that I am only, for example, here now, I am the only knower of this knowledge. All are ignorant. Here, in this session. Similarly, that very doer inside me must undergo a change. Then only we can attain the purified state of the mind. Then only we can have a steadiness of the mind during the practice of meditation, and then only we can succeed. Anashritaha. That is why the master is using that very doer. Become aware. Who is doing it? I am doing it. I only know it. Do like this. That causes the ego sense, and that sticks to the fruits of an action. So what is the simple way to apply this in life? Before doing any action, during the action, and after the action, check. Is your mind in peace? Is your mind calm? How simple it is. Did you understand that? Before performing an action, during the action, and after the action, from today, in your daily life, is your mind able to maintain that calm, peace, joy, cheerfulness or not? If not, problem is there with the doer. You have to free your mind from that doer. What will happen? The mind inside will become calm and relaxed. And that is why the master is saying, what the master is saying? That I have to get rid of. Action part should be there. So my mind should focus on action. What action I have to do? I waited for a few minutes. I just started the conversation. So my mind should be, as a teacher, should be focused on what I am teaching, not entering into any kind of a gossip. Just totally focused, naturally focused. Why naturally focused? Because the mind inside does not have any other agenda for the future, not seeking the fruits of an action, and at the same time, the very doer of an action is not there, anxiety is not there, stress is not there, conflict is not there, because without the knower and the doer, you cannot have this. So here in this verse, the master also points out something deeper. He says, meditation removes inner bankruptcy. Means inner poverty. We have inner poverty. So what he is pointing out, the inner poverty. Are you listening to me at this time? Yes. Are you paying attention 100%? Then there is the inner riches. But if the mind is full of conflict, confused, and still listening, inner poverty must be removed. Whether you focus on the breath in meditation, whether you practice any meditation, the master says the inner poverty must go. What is that inner poverty? The mind is wandering, mind is obsessed, mind is crazy, lazy inside, and it is holding on in order to express outside. It will not work in meditation. That duality will not work. What we say normally, what we think we should speak, and what we speak we should act. Karma yoga. That is what is the karma yoga is. Karma yoga does not mean, oh, let us do some service, clean the floor. No, we have to clean the floor of the mind. That is the fundamental of karma yoga. And then let us, so meditation start. Now why? Yeah, I can take up that also. That why the master is saying a lethargic, sleepy, actionless person is a tamasic person and cannot succeed in meditation. A tamasic person believes wrong notions about life, sleeps to reality, and lives in a fantasy world. For those people, meditation is not. When a person becomes a seeker, needs to change his behavior, attitude, to Rajasic Guna. If one person is tamasic, tamasic means inert. It opposes the real nature in us. It opposes the peace in us. So that person must change tamasic guna to Rajasic Guna. He should work, and work. But if the work is dictated by the selfish nature, ego sense, and obsessed with the desire for the fruits, again the meditation will fail. So then he has to move from Rajasic to Sattvic nature. What is that Sattvic nature? The mind must be filled with that knowledge. It should remain focused. I'll give you a simple example. When you wake up in the morning, ask your mind, what thought did you have? First, when you wake up in the morning, the mind wakes up that what is my real nature for a few minutes. Before going to sleep, you should have the same thoughts. Then only the meditation will succeed. So now, what is the result? So I'm referring from, there is one Upanishad, Maitreyi Upanishad. Now see what you are doing? You are dropping the fruits of an action. Your focus is on the very action. Either it is personal life, professional life, social life, whatever it is. Can you give me a cup of tea? You tell your honey. And the honey is a meditator. Oh, sure, it is my... No, internally you think it's my duty and responsibility. I have the time. Only for the sake of duty and responsibility. In the state of the cheerfulness. Just one example I'm saying. There are a lot of things. Now, what Maitreya Upanishad says that once you start living and working like this, Geya sa nitya sannyasi yo na deshri na kahachati. The master says that person is a monk already. Nirdvando hi mahabaho sukham. Now, but he says he is the person who does not hate, who does not have a binding desire, is free from the dualities in our daily life. He becomes a successful meditator. So we become free from the dualities only when the dispassion is practiced. Dispassion comes from viveka, that means discernment, and discernment comes from the very contemplative and thinking, and contemplating thinking comes from following the principles. Last thing, that I should think that I should take up. Our thinking pattern in the modern world has totally changed. We think of anxiety, we think of fear, we think of hatred, we think of duality and a conflict. Even starting from the family life to professional life to social life to the friends. The master is saying we have to change this thinking pattern. Instead of anxiety, the moment, even if we have anxiety, my mind should start thinking peace is my essential nature. How to attain that peace? What is the way to it? When there is a peace in the mind, anxiety has no place. Why fear comes? Remember, understand that fear only comes when mind is expecting something from outside. That very expectation is filled in the mind. Just think of it. Expectation is there. But I have to live in the world. The master says work. Focus on the work. Fix your agenda and just focus on the work. Make you this daily routine as it is. Whatever you have to do during the day. But no anxiety. If the anxiety is there, expectation is there. Expectation is there. So master is saying no fruits. But now you focus on it. Don't become lethargic, inactive. Don't become overactive. There should be a balance. And that balance comes from the mind inside. When the intellect is settled in the wisdom. So in the next session we'll take up again from the Gita. What are the characteristics of a meditator living a material life? Let us start our journey of meditation. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Eyes are, some people feel what is the fun of listening? This is all gossip. Then what will happen? The mind will not change inside. You will be absorbed into meditation only during the practice, and the rest of the day you are a non-meditator. Then you will blame and complain. The world is, I'm not changing. That is why we are talking and understanding. Eyes are closed. I am. I am. That is pure awareness. And I know I am. That is pure consciousness. And I know I am in happiness. That is Ananda. That is our real nature. That is the goal. That is our journey. So, looking at the body from the crown of the head to the toes, you will find the body, steadiness in the body, and looking inside the heart, in the space. Does it happen to you instantly? Yes, it happens to me instantly. It means you are practicing regularly. Otherwise, it may happen one day. It may not happen the other day. So now, in a simple, easy way, looking at the neck joint, feeling the... Now see, I can add one more point. So look at the neck joint. It is an object, matter. Then experience sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. That is the second layer. It is the subtle body. You see the physical body, subtle body, causal body. We are applying all the principles. What about the causal body? I find I enter into the space after experiencing sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Is that happening to you at this moment? What will happen? It will also happen during the day. Looking at the shoulder joints, being there, feeling sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. What after sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness? Let the mind go deeper, become aware of the space within. You know, the way I pass on the instruction as if I am also doing it. That makes a sense to me so that you can go deeper. Look at the entire body. See that the body is an object. It's some matter. And then we experience second level, that is experienced by the mind. Mind is a part of the subtle body. And then we experience sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Now what after that? We enter into the causal body, a sense of the space or infinite blankness. The mind does not want to live into that. Why? Because of habit, because of doership, because of ego sense, because of the fruits of the action. What needs to be done? The regularity, commitment, intense aspiration. So now I'm skipping one step, so you should remind yourself later. Start breathing little, deep, silent, and slow. Not very deep, but still deep, silent and slow. And now as you inhale, move the mind from the right shoulder to the fingertips in the space inside. And when you exhale, move the mind from the fingertips to the shoulder inside into the space. Add one more thing. Every time you inhale and exhale, move the mind with Om mentally. Om. Mentally. Om. So Om during inhalation on the highway, Om during exhalation on the highway, and then see what happens. You can also, those who are following all the sessions regularly, so you, while saying Om, you can see the consciousness behind. Now inside the left leg. Our meditation, any meditation, is a movement. Movement from ignorance to wisdom, false to truth, freedom, ego sense to real self. So we are asking the mind to follow this movement easily. And that is why we added Om with the breath on the highway. But the goal is clear. Om. Behind that Om, now inside the right leg, moving the mind. So we understood that the breath is the car, mind is the driver, highway is the space inside is the highway. But the purpose is Om, and Om is our real nature. Simple, casual attitude will come in meditation when you understand. You have understood the previous, all the sutras of this Patanjali. Can I follow this step during the day in my personal professional activity? Yes. Simply only pick up this practice. Now move the mind inside the left leg. Same way, saying Om. You're walking, talking, eating. You can do that. No, but I cannot do the deep breath. Forget about deep breath. Just do it with the normal breath. Why to do that? To drop that ego sense. To drop that tamasic and the rajasic activities going on in the mind. Why we need sattvic? Why we need sattvic? To go deeper. Simple way. Now inside the spine, from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and from the tailbone to the crown of the head, let us invoke, for understanding, you are doing it. Mind is moving with the breath inside the spine, in the space with Om, and the mind is steady on the meaning of the Om is my real nature. What will happen? This mind will not wander, will not cause any challenges to you, not to the body also. That we can realize only when regularity, commitment, intense desire. Don't have an intense desire to manage your stress. Have an intense desire to discover inner peace and happiness. And I'll leave the breath also. One more element. Let us see how it works. Let us start with the same mantra, the first line of a mantra, listening and singing mentally. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Meaning is well-being. So now we're singing, listening with the meaning. You see what happens? Singing, listening and meaning. I'm in anxiety, I'm in stress, I have fear. And now, well-being. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. 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 So third level we do it singing, listening, meaning and knowledge, the applied knowledge. Can we add one thing? Can you ask the mind to see the state of well-being? See it, feel it, be with it. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. 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 Seeing. The mind perceives anger, mind perceives peace, mind perceives expectation. Why not perceive well-being? I'm helping your mind to go a little deeper. Let us pick up the second line. Singing and listening. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Did you hear it clearly during the talk? I told you that our mind in the modern world is so much obsessed, dictated by thinking, oh, you have an anxiety, you have stress, you have hatred, you have disliking, you are encroaching my privacy. Unnecessary thing. And we are introducing this. Singing, listening and meaning. Shanti means peace. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. 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 My master used to say, your mind may claim that you have a tremendous stress, but the peace is ever present inside. That is the meaning of singing, listening, meaning and applied knowledge, and then seeing that peace. Even in anxiety, stress, duality, conflict. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Do you see that your mind becomes softer, gentler? We're going to talk in the next session. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. You see, the mind becomes plastic. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. And ask the mind to express I'm in anxiety and stress. The mind becomes tough. It creates a barrier in a life. You see, that is why these principles have to be learned. Let us follow the third line. Singing and listening. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Slowly we are entering into a deeper phase of these mantras. You see that you see a person. You attach, you detach, like or dislike. But behind it, can you feel you are whole? You have nothing to do with the liking and disliking. The same moment, you are different. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Beautiful. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Our master is not disapproving, disagreeing anything of the science. We say change your perception for a while to dig inside, to find your true self, and then complement it with the science. Singing, listening, meaning, and knowledge, plus seeing that wholeness in you. You as a whole, mind will never go outside. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. 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 One day you will get tears of joy inside. Aha! I am peace. I am whole. I am well-being. I never realized before. That is the movement in meditation should take place. There's the aha moment. Fourth line. Singing and listening. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Mangalam means singing, listening, and meaning now. Mangalam means auspicious. Auspiciousness. And what is that auspiciousness? It has three spices together in right quantity. Well-being, peace, and wholeness. Then what happens? That auspiciousness is already present. It manifests in the mind. I'm not saying it is created. I'm not saying any magic. I'm not doing any trick. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. 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 Now the third layer, singing, listening, meaning, applied knowledge. Plus you see that moment is here and now. With those three spices together. You are already there then. Mind becomes so much plastic. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. 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 It helps us to transcend the three bodies, and that is why we have mentally singing, listening, meaning, and with seeing it. First is mentally. You're doing it mentally, so you need not to have any change in the breath. And then you become aware of the space within, infinite blankness, and claim that that is the causal body, and drop Shanti. Then the mind, feeling, sensation, images that is going on, Shanti. Then awareness of the body, physical body, Shanti. So you are moving from inside to outside. Who is that guy who moves from inside to outside? Who is a monk? Who is a meditator? Let us do it a couple of times by yourself. Shanti, going into the space, blankness, echoing there. Echo is there. And then it is vibrating and leaving, dropping, destroying all the dualities, conflict. Second, Om, in the causal body, in the subtle body. And the third is, you can move the mind from the top of the head to the toes while saying Om. Whatever the device you employ will work. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now leave this. Can we try moving from outside to inside? Look at the world, become aware of the entire world of people. Then look at the body. The body is Shanti. So you don't say, just do the reverse. Physical body. It is the first Shanti. Very good. Then go deeper. Subtle body is the mind. Second Shanti, my friend. Causal body, I have been saying, look into the space. Third Shanti. Now Om is sitting deep inside. This is what it is. Again, outside to inside. So inside to outside, the center of our existence. Don't take it in a religious fashion. Om is a symbol of, like your name is David, Stephen, Lara. You have to see inside. What is that? Satchidananda. You see me. Very good. Instantly go inside. Settle in on. You see me. Move from inside to outside. It's all a play of awareness. Nothing else. How simple it is. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Are you coming out from inside to outside when I am chanting Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti? You see? That is how your awareness will start working one day. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Wonderful practice you all have done. Bring your mind to the right hand, your mind to the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences inside the palms, and then bring the hands down to share your experiences, my friends. Let us start with David and Jerry.
Very peaceful, very deep, very fast, very simple.
Not very. Yes, mind says it very fast. It should have been, little more. That is the beauty. Wonderful. How are you, Jerry?
Similar, sir. It's from the beginning to end. It was quiet and calm and peaceful and Timeless.
Timeless. Beautiful. See that? Just start working. Just become aware. Om, inside, out. Outside, in our daily life from today. And see the change. How are you, Lara? We are applying the principle of Gita, step by step.
I am good. It's really quick. The meditation just like flies by. It's like I close my eyes and then I'm out.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's just really fast. So,
yeah.
And then I had a vision of an eyeball at one point just for a second.
That's good.
And then
That's good.
Yeah.
Running very fast, obviously that means that the mind has entered into the state of timelessness. We spend more or less the same time. How are you, Terry, my friend? No, unmute first. That is the beauty of tech. If you don't want to listen, just mute it. But here, unmute it. Can you unmute it? Don't get upset, don't worry. It is only a matter. Matter does not know what we are doing to it, and the matter does not live in the conscious state. In the meantime, let us start with Stephen.
Like everybody else's description, it was
Fast.
Quick, timeless. It was thoroughly. It was enjoyable. I'm very content.
Very content.
Yes, all is good.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That is what it should happen. How are you, Christina? Meeting you after a long time.
Hi, yes, I'm so happy to be back. I've been trying to be on, but I couldn't get my video. So I've been here, but not here all the way. So it was nice to fully be here, and I feel like I didn't feel like it was super quick. I feel like I always feel like that, but I really liked how you said at the beginning to have the past karma needs to be exhausted of life. So that's kind of what I focused on trying to do, and I felt like the heaviness in my, like I had my palms open, and I felt when I was really trying to just exhaust it all went to my hands, and I felt so heavy, and then all of a sudden I felt like I was holding myself up, like I was floating. So it was like this weird, I let it go, and then I was holding myself up. So that was, I don't know.
That's a good experience. I think everyone, couple of weeks and months before, everyone used to narrate those experiences because you join seldom. That is why you have those experiences in this meditation. I think Lara, David, Jerry, Stephen, and everyone has those sense of experiences of floating, heaviness, lightness. One thing I have to add when you said something about past karma. Past karma needs to be exhausted in the state of calmness. Past karma needs to be exhausted in the state of tamasic and rajasic guna. That means in the state of anger, anxiety, duality, and a conflict. So when it is exhausted in the later state, then it accumulates more and more karma. And when it is exhausted by understanding consciously in meditation, it releases our impressions quickly, fastly, and it goes a long way. Now I have to read. My meditation was Terry. Terry cannot work on the device. My meditation was focused, and I was able to follow through the directions. I need practice. It was also calm and smooth and not long time. At one time I forget where my hands were. Yeah, that is also a state of the timelessness. That is beautiful. We can see your smile, Terry, and we can get it, what you are. Perfectly normal. Do you see that last point? I have to make it. That if it is possible in a meditative state to bypass all the symptoms of Parkinson in meditation, then it is definitely possible all the time. And that is an awakened state. Or that is, you can say, a deeper and a higher meditative state. Work on that. Forget the rest. And don't ever think that you have this problem, because you are not the body. You are not the body. Very good. That is all. Thank you very much for joining and sharing. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lara. Thank you.